Right behind me over there, this is the exact location where Jesus was born according to the tradition.
You won't believe how an ancient sun festival and a pagan god helped set up Christmas on December 25th. Historically, this date aligns with the winter solstice on December 21st and 22nd, when the sun seems to pause between moving north again, symbolizing rebirth. During the exact dates, the Romans celebrated Saturnalia, a time of festivities and gift-giving. In 1274 AD, Emperor Aurelian proclaimed December 25th as the feast of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. By the mid-4th century, early church leaders, possibly under the Pope Julius I, chose December 25th for Jesus' birth, blending ancient festival of light with Christian symbolism to create the holiday we still celebrate today. Many scholars argue that textual evidence points to Nazareth as Jesus' birthplace, since most verses call him Jesus of Nazareth. But why, then, do the Gospels of Matthew and Luke insist on Bethlehem? Simple: prophecy. In Hebrew tradition, the Messiah was to come from King David's hometown, so linking Jesus to Bethlehem fulfilled century-old expectations. Interestingly, Mark, the earliest Gospel, written around 65 to 70 AD, never mentions a birthplace, suggesting the Bethlehem story may have emerged later to anchor Jesus in the Davidic line. Luckily, I'm an archaeologist and not a textual scholar, so let's dive into physical evidence. Here are 3 sites that directly connect with the Nativity story. Church of the Nativity.
Right now I am in the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. It is one of the original churches erected by Saint Helena, the mother of Constantine. Right behind me over there is an altar and a manger, or location where Jesus was born.
The Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem is one of the oldest continuously operating churches in the world. Rebuilt in the 6th century by Emperor Justinian, it has since been shared by 3 major Christian communities, reflecting its immense spiritual significance. Beneath the basilica lies the grotto, traditionally revered as the exact spot of Jesus' birth. Adjacent to the sacred area are the caves where Saint Jerome lived and worked in the late 4th century, translating the Bible into Latin. Shephards Field. Just east of Bethlehem lies Beit Zahur, home to the celebrated Shephards Field, where angels are traditionally said to have announced the birth of Jesus to local herdsmen. Early Christian reverence for this site is reflected in the chapels built here, including one attributed to Empress Helena in the 4th century. According to local tradition, Helena sought out and marked key biblical locations during her pilgrimage to the Holy Land, commissioning the construction of churches at these sacred spots. Over time, multiple Christian communities have commemorated this Shepherd's Field with additional chapels and shrines. Herodium. Built by King Herod the Great in the 1st century BC, it is both a fortress and an opulent palace complex, dominating the skyline just a few miles southeast of Bethlehem. Herod reshaped the landscape by leveling the top of the hill and piling up earth to create a distinctly conical, man-made mountain still visible today. Some scholars suggest that when Jesus spoke of having faith that could move mountains, he may have been referencing Herodium's artificial sculpted peak. Archaeological excavation had uncovered lavish reception halls, fortified walls, and extensive cisterns, culminating in the discovery of Herod's tomb in 2007, a stark reminder of king's power and monumental ambitions. This same king is infamous for the biblical story of the slaughter of the innocents, ordering the death of young children in Bethlehem after the Magi announced the birth of a new king.
Alright, I'm standing right now inside the reception hall of King Herod. This was probably the place where King Herod was sitting and receiving his guests. And the most famous 3 guests that came were the Magi's, who came looking for Jesus. And this was most likely the place where Herod met them and says, "Oh, if you meet this king child, please tell me where it is, and then I'm gonna come and meet him." And then the Magi's had a dream, and then they went the other way. But this is right inside Herodium, the place probably. It's most likely that this event took place right here.
From ancient sun festivals to Emperor Aurelian's decree, December 25th emerged as a Christmas day. But beyond the text, Archaeology speaks. The Church of Nativity sits over a vertic grotto in Bethlehem and near St. Jerome's cave. Shephards Field mark where angels announce the birth. The Herodian's towering fortress reveals the ambition of King Herod. These sites anchor the Nativity story in both faith and history, uniting tradition and evidence in one enduring narrative.